Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco, of course, and we are so excited because we are going to do an unboxing and a preview of Terraforming Mars Colonies, the new expansion. Just got it at Spiel. And we also have this little really cool promo first player marker thingy, the little curiosity, it's actually driving around right now in reality on Mars. That is just so cool to think about. So anyway, let's get into the box and check it out. Now I have already played this one in Essen actually, where on the first evening on Wednesday we got this one like before the actual mess had started, and we played the game in the evenings. Now we were all really tired and so on, and I must say I don't really know if that was such a good judgment of the game because I was so tired so on, but. Let's see, here we have little rule book, of course, and I just love the looks of this one. I mean, I think the other ones look great as well, but the sort of darker artwork on this one is just great. And here we have the sort of colony tiles. So these are the new ones. You punch these out and we will go through them. Now I am doing, as you might notice, I am doing a new format of videos for my channel. So this is called unboxing and preview, which means it's not a fast unboxing. I'm going to try to shorten down my unboxing so they will be shorter and just show you the stuff basically. And then I'll have a new category, which is this one where I do unboxing and preview, which is longer. So it's I'll sort of like getting enough time and really go through the whole thing. I did that with Prelude as well. I went through all the cards and so on. So in this one we will check out everything there is in this expansion. So new cards, bunch of new cards. That is something, well, can never get enough of those for this game. This is really cool as well. Totally new, that you have your little trade ships. So you put your little color played cube in here, and you send it out to these colonies to do some trading. Because you can use these in two ways. You can trade and you can build colonies. And when you build colonies, it's sort of like you set up for the future, which means that later on when someone else comes there to trade, you will also get a bonus. So you want to build a colony on a tile or on a planet, or a colony tile that you think a lot of your opponents are going to visit during the game. We also have these little new cubes that you will use as markers here to indicate how much of a resource there is on the actual colony. Let's start with the cards though. So we have a little first card there, and then we just go through these one by one. So we have airliners for 11 credits. It has a requirement though of having 3 floaters already. This one gives you 2 mega credit production, a point, and you get to add 2 floaters to another card when you play it. Seems nice. I like that. I mean, more floater stuff is good because I like the Venus expansion and there's a lot of floater cards in that one. So we have Air Raid, an event card, basically a mean card. It doesn't cost anything though. It's interesting. So you can let's see. You steal a. You have to lose a floater. Oh, that's interesting. You have to lose a floater of your own to do this, because you're doing an air raid. Look at that. I think the artwork, by the way, are amazing on these. I know that there's been some updates to those, so that looks great. And also you will steal 5 credits. So basically, if you get this one in your in the draft or in your hand, it will cost you 3 to buy this card, right? But you will gain 5, and you will actually make someone else lose 5. So that's even better than gaining 5. Atmo Collectors, this was a promo actually for the game, so this one I already have. It's already been around in the circulation, but we can talk about it a bit. It's an action card. You either add a floater or remove a floater to get 2 titanium, 3 energy, or 4 heat. And when you play it, you add 2 floaters to any card, so you can add it to this card and then use it twice. And this one is really nice. I had this in some multiplayer game, I think, where I really got good use of it. So, community services, 13 mega credits, increases your mega credit production 1 step per card with no tags, including this. This is really fun. I really like this, how they, like this card doesn't have a tag, right? So you get these usage for cards that doesn't have tags. That's a totally new thing in the game, and I love how they just figure out this new ways to make use of. Like, you might be hesitant to play a card because it doesn't have the tag you want or need, but if you do it in combination with having this one, well, that's a good card. Conscription requires 2 Earth tags. Has an Earth tag, is an event card for 5 mega credits, -1 point. Oh wow, next card -16 credits. So this is sort of a upgrade or a double of the one that's already in the base game that I can't recall the name of right now, but this one with -8 on the next card. Wow, -16, that's nice. That's really nice. Okay. Right, so Corona Extractor, energy tag, space tag, it costs 10 credits and it requires 4 science tags. Raises your energy production by 4. Pretty good stuff. I don't think there's one in the base game that has, I think it requires like 6 or 7 science tags and it gives you 6 energy production. So this is a little minor version of that one, but it's nice. Cryosleep. Well, here's a new symbol for you. Let's start off like 10 mega credits, 1 science tag. And the new symbol is this one. And this is the sort of, well, it's this symbol basically. So what it represents is if we check out this little colony board, it's new as well. You can see here that you have a new standard project. You can pay 17 credits to place your player marker on the lowest free space of any colony tile track. Take the placement bonus. So that's, and basically here the trade, now I'm getting ahead of things, but the trade, you pay 9 credits or 3 energy or 3 titanium in order to move one of your fleets from here to a free colony tile, because you will have the fleets on here with your cubes on them. Then you get to trade income from that colony tile. Any colonies there gain the colony bonus, and then you move the white colony tile marker to the lowest free space on the track. I will explain this a little bit more, but so basically what this card is, it has an effect when you trade, you pay 1 less resource for it. So normally when you trade, you pay 9 credits, right, or 3 energy or 3 titanium, but now you only pay like 1 less. And I just must say, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I love this. This is so good because now you have a usage for energy, especially a lot of times when the heat is already up to the top, you're sitting there with a lot of energy that you can't do anything with. Now you can in the Colonies expansion. So that was Cryosleep, 1 point there as well. Passive ability. Then we have Earth Elevator. We had Space Elevator earlier, now we have an Earth Elevator. For 43, so this is the most expensive card, unless there's another one coming, I don't know. And Earth Tag, Space Tag, 3 Titanium production, that's just amazing, and 4 points. Of course it's really expensive, but you can pay for it with Titanium as well, so. Ecology Research, wow, bunch of tags here. Science, Animal, Micro, Plant, and 21 credits to buy it. This will increase your plant production 1 step for each colony you own. So we'll get into that later, but yeah, that's basically if you're going for the colony strategy, having a lot of colonies out here, this one is nice because you will get plant production. You will also add 1 animal to another card and 2 microbes to another card. So this, I'm seeing some interesting things here with this one and a plant, microbe, animal strategy basically, and 1 point there as well. Floater leasing for 3 credits. Increases your money production 1 step per 3 floaters you have. So once again, another new combo. You can have a lot of floaters and then play this one. 2 credits for floater prototype, science tag, and it has that, it's an event card. Add 2 floaters to another card. Yeah, simple enough. And here's one where you also, floater technology, 7 credits, action to add a floater to another card and a science tag. I love that they've gone deeper into the floater thing because I think that's just so nice thematically. Galilean Way Station for 15 credits, have a space tag and a point, and you get to increase your money production 1 step for every Jovian tag in play. You see the little red thing around the Jovian tag? That means all the players affect this card. So if someone else is going for Jovian strategy, which happens often enough, then this might be your thing. For 3 credits, Heavy Taxation requires 2 Earth tags, has an Earth tag, -1 point, and you get 2 steps of mega credit production, and you get 4 credits right away. And I just like I love this artwork. Ice Moon Colony for 23 bucks. We have a science tag, not science, space tag. And you get to place a colony and an ocean. So that's interesting. Like normally to build a colony, right? It costs 17 and an action. Here you get 23 and you get an ocean. So it's like 2 for 1. An ocean costs 18 normally on the standard project. Impactor Swarm for 11, an event card with a space tag. Has 2 Jovian tag requirement though, so it might be a bit hard to play. You will gain 12 heat though, that's really cool. You can really, this is one that you could play like you have 2 actions, right? So this is one, if you have it in your hand, you might be able to play it and then raise the heat and surprise your opponents, because they've been looking at your board and see that you don't have 8 heat, so you can't raise the temperature to get like to a bonus step. Well, you play this one first, right? But you have to have those Jovian tags. And you also remove 2 plants from any player. That's always fun, right? Interplanetary Colony Ship for 12 mega credits. It's a Earth tag, space tag, and it's an event. And you get to place a colony. So that's a cheap colony, basically. And you can pay for it with titanium, of course. That's always nice. Jovian Lanterns, another one of these promo cards. So I already have this one. But with 20 mega credits requires a Jovian tag, gives you a Jovian tag. And the action is to spend a titanium to add 2 floaters here. And you increase your TR 1 step when you play it. And you add 2 floaters to any card. And you get 1 BP per 2 floaters on the card. So, Jupiter Floating Station for 9 mega credits. Requires 3 science tags though. Has a Jovian tag. And this is interesting. I haven't seen most of these before. So the action here is to add a floater to a Jovian card. That's interesting. Like this one. I don't know. Or you can spend, or you can gain 1 credit for every floater here. Oh. So basically you could add... You can use this to add floaters here, and when you build those up, then you can do the action to get money from it. And it's a point as well. Lunar Governor for 4 mega credits. It requires 3 Earth tags, has 2 Earth tags. That's not that many cards, has 2 Earth tags, that's cool. And it gives you 2 mega credit production. And I don't think that's one of the Fricks brothers. Then we have Lunar Export for 19 mega credits, a space tag and an Earth tag. Gives you 2 plant production or 5 money production. And this is the third of those, that pack of promos. Then we have Lunar Mining for 11 mega credits. Has an Earth tag. It gives you a titanium production for every 2 Earth tags you have in play. Well, some nice combos in here. Market Manipulation for 1 mega credit. It's an event card with an Earth tag. Increase 1 colony tile track 1 step. Decrease another colony tile track 1 step. Well, this doesn't make much sense because I haven't explained these colonies yet, but basically, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. You'll see later on. Martian Zoo requires 2 cities, costs 12 mega credits, gives you an animal tag and a building tag. And the effect here is when you play an Earth tag, a lot of Earth tags in here, you place an animal here. Then you can do an action to gain a mega credit per animal here. So basically horses on Mars and elephants, I think. Look, Draco, there's elephants. Yeah, anyway. And it's a point as well. Mining Colony for 20 mega credits has a space tag. Increases your titanium production 1 step, and you get to place a colony as well. Nice one, really cheap way to make a colony, and you get the titanium. Well, a cheap way because you get the titanium production as well, and you can pay with titanium as well. Minority Refuge, 5 mega credits, space tag. Oh, this cost, you have to lower your money production by 2 steps, but you get to place a colony really cheap. So that's interesting. Molecular Printing for 11 credits has a science tag. You get 1 credit for each city tile in play and 1 credit for each colony in play. So this is nice to benefit from your opponents if they do a lot of colonies and cities as well, right? 1 point there. So 25 credits for nitrogen from Titan, yeah. 1 Jovian tag, 1 space tag, 1 point, and you get 2 tier steps, and you get to add 2 floaters to a Jovian card. And yeah, as we saw earlier, that could be nice. Pioneer Settlement, ooh, this is nice. For 13 mega credits, has a space tag and 2 points, and you have to lower your money production by 2, but you get to play a you get to place a colony. But the requirement here is that you can't do this if you have more than 1 colony already. So you want to get this one early on if you're going to be able to play it. And this is a really interesting one. And you know what? This is a good time as any to explain a little bit of the colony system, because this one costs nothing. The only thing it does is when you play it, you gain all your colony bonuses. So basically, if we have Triton here, let's say that I don't have any cubes right now, but let's say that I have a colony here. I would place my little red cube since I'm the red player. Then the bonus of that is 1 titanium. So let's say Draco comes here with his little ship and he has the green cube. I should have had the cubes out, but anyhow. And he comes here and he lands here to do a trade. I will get the colony bonus of 1 titanium. Draco, though, he will get wherever the amount of titanium that you see here, because X means titanium. So let's say the cube is over here, and this will move every generation up and up. Let's say it's over here, Draco lands here, he will instantly get 3 titanium, and this will move down, and it will stop here, because we're pretending that my colony is there, right? So then it will start building up again, and this one is blocked, it's like worker placement, Draco is already here. Later on in another generation, another player could land here, and then get 2 titanium, and this will slide down. But every time someone lands there, because I have a colony there, I will get the colony bonus of 1 titanium. Well, this card lets me get all my colony bonuses right away. So maybe I have colonies on, let's see, yeah, this is a helping tile. Let's say over here, I would get a floater. Here, titanium. Here, I would get to, what's it called? To get a card and discard a card. So that's interesting. Okay, and then we have quantum communications. For 8 mega credits, requires 4 science tags. You get increase your money production 1 step for each colony in play, and this is interesting. There could be a bunch of colonies in play. Of course, when we tried this a few days ago, everybody was building colonies all the time because that was the new cool stuff, right? I don't know if that's going to happen in every game in the future, but yeah, someone played this and he got a lot of money production for that because there were so many colonies out there, and it's a point as well. Red Spot Observatory for 17 mega credits. Its requirement is 3 science tags in play. Gives you science tags, gives you a Jovian tag, and you get to draw 2 cards and get 2 points. The action here is to add a floater to this card or spend 1 floater here to draw a card. This is a nice one. I like these, yeah, drawing cards. I like those. Refugee camps that cost 10 mega credits, has a Earth tag, and you have to basically the action is that you decrease your ME production 1 step to add a camped resource to this card. This is totally new, a camp resource. You put a little marker on it, of course, and then you get 1 point for each camp resource here. So basically, if you have other ways to build up your money production as the game goes, then you can play this one after a while, and then you can use it once every generation, of course, or more if you're playing the Viron Corporation, to get camps out here to get points. Research colony for 20 mega credits, a science tag, a space tag, and this is to place a colony and may be placed where you already have a colony and draw 2 cards. Because normally in the game there's a restriction. There can never be more than 3 colonies. You use the player colored cubes, of course, but I'm just doing this right now. And also you can't have, if I already have a colony here, I can't build a second one. Well, I can if I play this card. It breaks the rules. Rim Fighters for 4 mega credits, a space tag, and the effect is when you trade, you pay 1 less resource for it. So yeah, once again, the trade action, and I really love how they did this. This is the board, you have it on the side of the main board, right? You have your ships on here when you're playing, but the nice thing is the people sitting on the other side of the table, they can have this one. This is like just a player aid to tell you the same information that you get on this one. I just love how they did that. Okay. Such a good expansion. Oh, wow. Okay, anyhow, so this makes it cheaper to do the trade action. And also, we should note that the trade action is not a standard project. Because when we played last week, I had the standard project blue card, the effect card. So when I did the standard project, I get 3 credits back, right? I didn't get it for the trade, that's important. This is a standard project with this yellow thingy, this is not. So, Skydocks for 18 mega credits gives you Earth tag. Space tag requires that you already have 2 Earth tags though. 2 points, and you get a trade fleet. This is really cool. Normally everybody has 1 in the game, so you can do 1 worker placement basically per game. But with this you get another 1. Really strong stuff. And when you play a card, you pay 1 credit less for it. So it's a discount card. You know, I love discount cards in Terraforming Mars. I love to stack them up, and then the game ends because I'm just trying to get discount cards, and yeah. So Solar Probe for 9 mega credits gives you a science tag, space tag, it's an event, gives you a point, and you get to draw 1 card for every 3 science tags you have, including this. So this is a nice way to boost the science strategies of it. Solar Reflectors for 23 mega credits and a space tag. It gives you simply enough 5 heat production. Not a bad card, and I love this artwork. Spaceport for 22 mega credits requires that you already have a colony. Gives you, it's a city tag. It gives you well, it's a building tag. And let's see, you gain a trade fleet. So you get one of these once again. You place a city tile, you decrease your energy production 1 step and increase your mega credit production 4 steps. That's a nice one. You can pay with steel, of course. Spaceport colony, 27 mega credits and a space tag, and it requires that you have a colony. And you get to place a colony, and this can be placed on a colony tile where you already have a colony. So this is once again, you gain a trade fleet, you get one of these, and you get 1 BP per 2 colonies in place. This is interesting, a lot of stuff happened here, but basically this breaks the rule once again, so you can have 2 colonies on the same place. You can really boost down on it, or double down on it, and then yeah, then you also get the trade fleet, which is awesome. And I should mention that if I have a colony here and I come with my trade fleet to trade, I will get a colony bonus for that as well. So let's say the cube is up here somewhere, I will get 4 instead of 3 what's it called, floaters in this case. There's a lot of combos now. So, for 10 mega credits, spin-off department, it's a building tag, and the effect is when playing a card with a basic cost of 20 or more, draw a card. And you get to increase your money production by 2 steps. This is interesting, together with, now I totally lost the name of it, tell me in the comment section. Is it Interplanetary Cinematics? No, I don't think it is. It's one of the base game corps that has this if you play a card with 20 or more. Credit core? Yeah, it's probably credit core. Then you get some money, 3 credits back. Well, combining this with this one, you get to draw a card as well. Awesome stuff. So for 5 mega credits, well, it has to be minus 6 degrees. An animal tag, and the action is to add a animal. It's saltfish. Look at that ugly guy. And you get to decrease someone's plant production. I guess he's eating some plants, right? Yeah. And you get points 1 per 2 fishes on this one. For 21 mega credits, Titan air scrapping, a Jovian tag, 2 points, and the action is to spend 1 titanium to add 2 floaters here, or spend 2 floaters here to increase your TR 1 step. So another usage for floaters. For 18 mega credits and a Jovian tag, you have Titan floating launch pad. You get a point, you get to add 2 floaters to any Jovian card, so it could be this one, and the action is to add a floater to any Jovian card, or spend a floater here to trade for free. Wow. Trading for free. That's like getting, basically you spend a floater to get one of these. Wow, that's really good. That is really good. Okay. For 23 credits, Titan shuttles, you get a Jovian tag and a space tag, 1 point, and the action is to add 2 floaters to any Jovian card once again, or spend any number of floaters here to gain the same amount of titanium. So that's interesting. You can basically, oh, so beautiful artwork. So basically you can trade floaters for titanium. That's not a bad idea. For 6 credits, trade invoice effect. When you trade, you may first increase that colony tile track 1 step. This is really, really powerful, because when you go here to trade, right, then let's say it's here, you would get 2 floaters when you do the trade. But if you have this passive effect here, you would get to raise it first to 3, and then get to 3, and then it goes down. So yeah, nice stuff. I will show you how this works when I do a playthrough very soon. In Trading Colony for 18 credits, it's a space tag, and the effect is when you trade, you may first... Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but it's more expensive, so you also get to place a colony as well. But you can pay for this with titanium. Urban Decomposers for 6 credits. It requires that you have a colony and a city in play. Microbe tag, you get to add 2 microbes to another card, and you get some plant production as well. For 14 mega credits, it requires 5 science tags, and it gives you a science tag and 2 points. The effect is when you play a space tag, you pay 4 mega credit less for it. Wow. This could be combined, of course, with whatever the card is called. I am so bad at remembering names, but there's another card in the base game or in the earlier expansion, I don't know where it comes from, that gives you discount on space tags. So wow, I love discounts. And that was the cards. That was the new project cards, a bunch of them. Wow, so nice. And now let's take a look at these corporations. This is, yeah, 5 new corporations, so 5 new solo playthroughs coming as well. So, Aridor. You start with 40 mega credits. As your first action, you put an additional colony tile of your choice into play. Basically what it means is, at the start of the game, now I haven't read the rulebook, so I'm not really sure, but I think it was... Wow, I think we had 6 when we were playing a 4-player game. You randomly put out some of these. I'll go through them later. But with this one, if someone is Oridor, they get to choose one that was not taken and add it. So they can really form their strategy that way. Also, it's interesting, the effect here is that when you get a new type of tag in play, event cards does not count. Of course, increase your money production 1 step. I had this one when I played last week, and that was really fun. I was looking like crazy for especially cards like this that has like 2 tags. I was trying to find new tags that I didn't already have, and that was something I never done before playing the game, so that was fun. And also the Prelude cards, because we played with Prelude of course as well, and Venus and all that. The Prelude cards have tags on them as well, so this can, if you get this one and you get to and you're sitting there, you're going to choose your Prelude cards, you're going to take this into effect as well, right? So Arclight Corporation, 45 credits to start with, increase your money production by 2 steps. And this is 1 VP per 2 animals on this card. And the effect is when you play an animal or plant tag, including this, you add an animal to this card. So you can build up animals here and get points that way. And this could combo nicely with some other animal cards. Polyphemus, 50 mega credits to start with, 5 money production steps, wow. And you get 5 titanium, but this is really fun, guys and girls. The effect is that it costs you 5 instead of 3 to buy cards, including a starting hand. And Andreas had this when we played. This is so interesting because, yeah, you get a lot of money. You get a lot of money in production, right? But the cards are more expensive. So you need to think about it in a different way. You can't just buy any cards that you like, right? Like, well, you shouldn't do that anyway. But anyhow, really interesting. Poseidon, and once again, love the artwork on these. They really bumped up the artwork a step. And here you have 45 credits to start with, and you get to place a colony as your first action. So that's interesting. Right away you get to place a colony, which normally would cost you 17, right? And an action. Well, this is an action as well. Anyhow, when any colony is placed, including this, raise your money production by 1 step. So this is one, I think this one's really good to play in the sort of early games of colonies, because everybody will do colonies, and if you have this corporation you will benefit from it. And finally, Stormcraft Incorporated. You start with 48 mega credits, and the effect here is, well, it's an action to add a floater to any card, and if you have floaters here, they may be used as 2 heat each. This is really interesting because let's say, I mean, you need 8 heat to raise the temperature, right? So if you have 4 floaters here, you can take those and raise the temperature with. Or you can do a combination. If you have a few floaters here and you have a few heat on your board. Yeah, I love that one. And you also get a Jovian tag as well. This one I'm really excited to play. So much stuff to talk about. It's running along here, but who cares? We're having fun with the new expansion, right? So let's go through these colonies. And the colonies are, well, Titan we already talked a bit about, right? You get floaters and so on. You get when you build a colony, you get that bonus there as well. We have Triton, that was the titanium one. Pluto. Now, I think this means basically the colony bonus is you get a card and then you have to discard a card. And you get to draw cards when you do the trade action here. On Ceres, the bonus is steel. And everything is about steel on this one. Here's it's all about microbes. And it's so interesting because let's say you have a card. You know, I can't recall a name now. But if you have a card that needs microbes and you can use those to raise oxygen or to raise your TR and so on. Well, you can find microbes here. So you can trade with this one or have a colony here and so on to get more microbes. I just love this system. And then you have Europa, which is money. And this is a bit mixed. So here, It's interesting. You get to place an ocean when you build a colony here. And let's say that I trade with this one, and if it's over here, I get 1 money production. But if it's over here, I get an energy production. If it's over here, I get a plant production. So that's really cool. And I might say something wrong here because I haven't really gone through these all. Of course, I just opened the box. But Callisto, it's all about energy. And also, once again, this is really nice because you can go here to get energy to be able to do more trades later on, right? So yeah, really cool stuff. If this one goes up here, then you can spend 3 energy to do the trade action and go here and get 5. So you net 2. Or if you have a colony here since before, you will get 3 extra as well. So yeah, really cool stuff. Luna is 2 money in colony bonus and money basically depending on how high the little marker is there as it builds up. Ganmead is all about plants. Basically, they all sort of do the same thing, but with different resources. So this is about plant production and plants as well. Miranda is about animals, but also the colony bonus is to draw cards, I guess. And Io is about heat. So yeah, they sort of do the same thing, but with different resources on them. And depending on which ones you play with, because you will play differently, you will get a different game. Because let's say you can get heat here, well, maybe you don't need to focus that much on raising heat in other ways. So yeah, really interesting. And I will do solo playthroughs of this, of course, 5 of them to start off with at least. And that's going to be so interesting with these. And yeah, I don't even know how the solo system works for this. I will have to find that out when I start looking in the rulebook. But I will be back very soon with a solo playthrough so you can see how it works as well. So that is Terraforming Mars Colonies in this sort of unboxing and preview video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Press the red button and the little bell next to it as well so you will see when new videos come out. Thank you so much for watching and have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.
Do you want to keep this little dragon this happy all day long? Then subscribe to the channel. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.